they say?
You know what they say about our shows?
What do they say?
They're all scripted.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They're all scripted.
Welcome to the Farm Truck and Asian YouTube channel.
Where it is what it isn't.
We'll turn here. Oh, yeah. Come on, Edge. Talk to you about kind of what's going on. You're in Minnesota last week, right? And you ran into some problems.
If you're looking for somebody that has experience running the problems, you're at the right place.
Yeah, right.
Is that what you were doing?
No.
And fix the problems also.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
equally
know.
is good at both.
I don't know. So like it's all fixed right after first round when the supercharger broke. We pulled it back around, assessed what happened, figured it out pretty quick. We got a blower, we got the stand for the drive that's broken for the second or third time. Probably doesn't like to be repaired. You know, aluminum doesn't like to be repaired always. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we got a new stand. We got another supercharger put back on it. Pretty much at the race and had it fixed. You know, we try to utilize the time while we're there so we don't have to pull back out of the trailer and do what we're gonna do. I feel pretty good, but this is a big race for me because this is gonna really tell me what direction I'm gonna take this car for the rest of the season.
Okay.
So we've got a break here. You know, like we got 5 weeks off, you know, until the next NPK
that's a big
after this.
deal.
And if I'm gonna make a change, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Going into Minnesota, you were number one.
Number one in Minnesota.
Okay. And then that gave other people an opportunity to kind of
You
jump
know
in
what
there
they
and take
say
your
about
spot.
this show, right? They're all scripted.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They're all scripted.
I've never seen a script.
No, I
haven't
have.
either.
I have. I'm fully scripted.
Yeah. He actually is.
Everything I
They
say.
need him to be
He's
scripted.
the only one, though.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, he does pretty good. Just let
I
him
can
go.
barely read, so a script wouldn't do me any
Yeah,
good.
no. Everything I'm saying.
Yeah. No, but you know, it's funny because NPK always works itself out some way, somehow. All 5 seasons that I have participated in NPK, the first 4 it has come to the wire at the very end on who wins the championship. And during the middle of that season, so many times it's swapped, the first place position is swapped back and forth.
Right.
And they want that for TV.
Oh,
Understand?
it makes good TV.
It makes good TV.
Right.
If me, it doesn't matter, anybody goes out and just runs away with the deal and there's 2 or 3 races left, it ain't gonna be as good. I kinda understand that, but the funny thing is, it always works itself out.
Right.
And that's what I'm talking about last week, I was putting a pretty comfortable lead in front of everybody, almost a full race work.
Yeah.
For me to screw that up, I would have to have gone out first round and Kai would have had to have win.
Okay.
Everybody knew it going in, wasn't really likely, but guess what happened?
Okay. Yeah.
I went out first round
Yeah.
and he won.
It happened.
And then boom, we're tied.
And let me tell you, okay, it was like a tidal wave of information flowing through the pits in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Everybody, Ryan Martin went out first round.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not saying Scott Taylor couldn't outrun me, maybe he could have, whatever, but for me it's always harder to swallow when it's a parts failure.
Yeah.
I can't do anything about it. You know, I'm in there and I'm in the middle of the run in a good pass and the car just starts eating itself and then shuts off. You know what I mean?
Takes it away from you.
Yeah, it does. You know what I first thought of right at the end of the racetrack? Fast and Furious.
Oh, you did?
When he goes, Monica! You know, there's a lot of racing left. There's so many.
Okay, you're halfway.
We're halfway. This is, in my opinion, the halfway
There's
point.
8 left.
There's 8 left.
Okay.
Wow.
Is that right, Courtney? This is.
I think so, yeah.
Is
the
it?
eighth race.
That's it.
There we go. She knows.
Okay, I don't feel like that was serious, but I think that's correct. It's either 7 or 8. I don't
Bleep
know.
all this out, Luke.
Yeah.
Bleep it all
Yeah.
out.
I think this is race number 8, and the first one was no points. So when it comes to points collecting, I believe there's 7 left after this for points.
Damn, dude.
So it is halfway.
That's hardcore.
You know, when me and Kai talked about it the other day, it's like all the hard work we've put in, everything we've done, we are back to 0 today.
Okay.
It's like we're starting the season over.
I got you.
For him and I. Him and I are quite a ways ahead of everybody else, you know. We're
So it's you and Kai.
me and Kai.
Right.
Me and Kai. Yeah, we are, I think, 11 or 12 rounds in front of everybody else.
What's Kai doing right this time?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna give Kai credit where credit's due. Kai does right a lot of times.
Okay,
Like
okay.
he is always right there with me for the last several seasons.
So he knows it's fast.
He is one of the things he's doing right is he's consistent.
Okay.
Him and Adam, they figured out how to make the car work,
Yep.
and they've got it to where, in my opinion, that car's on cruise control.
Okay.
And so he goes in there, kind of like I'm not that way this year, but kind of like I was last year.
Okay.
It was hard for us to do wrong last year.
Understood.
You know, and other than parts failures, we would put a tune-up in and go down the racetrack.
It's a
That's just
magic
what it
carpet
was.
ride.
I can see that Kai has that this year.
Okay.
I don't have that this year, but
Yeah.
Kai has that this year. We got to work our ass off to get that thing to do what it does. And some seasons are easy and some seasons are not, and it is what it is. But it seems like they got it together, and every
Okay.
time he makes a lick, you don't see him lose because he knocks the tires off.
Right.
You really don't see him ever have a motor failure.
Okay.
The only time he hurts a motor is if he's racing me in the finals,
Yep.
and he knows he's going to hurt it. He puts enough nitrous to it to try to outrun me. And if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he blows it up. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And he knows it right. We joke about it before we make the hit. Like, well, you're getting ready to blow this up, you know?
Followed any of the future Street Outlaws? There's a class for that,
A
right?
little bit, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any predictions of who could make a future Street Outlaw?
If I'm picking somebody from Future Street Outlaws to come up, because that's what Future Street Outlaws is for.
That's right. That's what it's for.
A lot of people really don't know what it's for.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all even know this or not, but like, in my opinion, and what I understand, Future Street Outlaws is, we're gonna call this tryouts,
Okay.
right? Like,
Okay.
like how do you get to the invitation?
Okay.
Okay, so, but this is not just a race, is it?
No, it's not.
It's what?
It's a television show.
It's a television show.
So it's a
Okay.
casting call as well.
It's a casting call.
That's right. That's what I see it.
It's a casting call. That's the way I've always thought about
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
But racers that are in that class, some of them do not understand that. I think they go and they get a badass car,
Yep.
and they go mow through the field, and boom, they're headed to the big
You're right.
show.
You're right.
And I hate that for people that think that way because there's so much more to that.
You're right.
You guys aren't here. I'm going to use yours as an example because
please
it's
do.
perfect.
Yep.
Y'all aren't here because you guys are fast.
Calling us not fast?
You're not fat? Are you calling us fast?
I mean, in a sea of the MPK cars,
No, we're
I
nothing.
don't know if the farm truck is going to quite compete.
Well,
You know
let
what?
me.
We gotta go, bro.
You know what? I wouldn't make a pimple on their ass when it comes to going fast.
And hey, listen, I know y'all can, but y'all have chosen to do a different
That's
deal,
right,
and, and that's totally fine.
But
Yeah.
you're right about this.
Yes. Yeah. And so what my point of this is, you guys are here. You guys are in the big show.
That's right.
You guys are a huge part of the show, a huge part of the success.
Right.
And it isn't because your car's fast.
That's 100% right.
And so the point of that is, I wish more future guys that jumped into that would understand that because
Yeah. Use their words. Use their personality.
that's what they need. They need to concentrate. Even me doing this, I don't, but like less on how fast their car is
Yeah.
and how much they can talk on the internet.
That's right.
But more about what they're going to get back to the show.
100%.
Here's a good point. Asian made the show in the very beginning, and he didn't even have a car.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we try to tell the locals only the same thing. Like, hey guys, the car's cool, blah blah blah. If you beat you,
Yeah.
you're more than enough.
That is exactly right.
Yep.
And you pick those locals only. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I feel like they pick those locals only. Like, who's a good character?
They gotta film a little bit.
That's
yo.
exactly what they do.
There
And
you
that's
go.
what they should do.
That is what they
Because
should do, it's a TV show.
it's
Right.
a TV show that happens to be about a race.
You know, future's a good class. It's necessary. It should weed through the. It should bring up okay. Here's a good example. Justin Swanstrom.
Yep.
Love him or hate him,
Yep.
he brings a lot to the show.
Yeah, he does.
They found him in Future Street Outlaws. He paid his dues. He went to Future Street Outlaws.
Yeah.
He ain't here because his car was fast.
I agree.
Because he got his ass kicked the whole first season and
Yeah.
broke everything and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But talked enough shit while he was here that you'd have thought he was John Force.
Yeah.
I think he may even thought so too.
Yeah.
But that being said, look where he's at now.
That's right.
Let's
If
get
it's
going
hot-
here.
If it's hot like
Oh,
this,
here.
like we're-
Hey, we need a fan, dude.
Yeah. Hey, you need ice? I don't know if we do.
I'm stealing stuff. I stole it.
Anything that I have, y'all get.
Well,
just so you know.
I'm talking to Sam.
That's right.
I mean it.
Yeah, you need ice, Ryan.
Sure.
Done, I'll
Yes.
get some.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Farm Truck and Asian here. Thank you for sticking around and watching our YouTube videos.
Since you're a viewer and hopefully a subscriber, drop by our website, okcfarmtruck.com, and use discount code FNAYouTube to get 10% off your next order.
It's our way of saying thank you.
I have a question. Everyone always asks, how big is your dick?
Oh, I was getting ready to say 9 inches.
I'm gonna bleep that. That's how we end the interview.